Hello, everyone. On History Collectors Forum, I'm with Ozzy. He's a retired police officer, and he has some interesting stuff on the table. So, Ozzy, let's start off with the belts and the holsters.
In the beginning, right after the flood, they used stuff like this to hold the gun. Stuff like this. Then around 1914, Audley came out with what they called a spring clip safety holster, or safety holster probably. And there's a little clip that releases the gun. It looks like this. Comes in and out, goes in, and hear it click. It's audible. So there's no muss or fuss, comes out easy, goes back easy. Nobody can take this gun apart out of this holster unless they rip the holster apart. Okay, that's the only way to get it out. This is for a 45 automatic, this particular one. This is for a large Colt frame, I believe, and this is a detective special. These two are fairly rare. You can still get them on eBay now and then. You look them up under Audley, the original maker. JP inherited the patent for it, and they made them into the early 70s. And I spoke to the guy at JP after they stopped making them, and he said they stopped making them because of the lawsuits of the people that didn't realize their finger was in the trigger guard to release the gun. That's a training issue. It's nothing wrong with the holster. Okay, but they stopped making the holster because of that.
Okay.
There was something earlier, what they called a Burns Martin design, where the gun would come out from the front. So that's your Burns Martin design. This is Bianchi, I believe. They inherited the Burns, Bianchi. They inherited the Burns Martin patent, as far as I know, if the patent was still in place. Some of these, now this is the true Burns Martin, where the whole front comes out. It just comes right out the front. So as far as retention, not that great, okay, because they can take the gun out. This one here is a little better because the trigger guard gets retained with the leather strap. And it's a thumb brake, and this is another thumb brake. This is two other designs. Here's another one in a different design. This particular one here, I understand, was issued in Canada, because in Canada they use 3-inch guns. Okay, revolvers, they did. So this is, again, a Burns Martin design for a smaller gun.
Okay.
This is a Model 66 Smith & Wesson. Fits right in, comes right out. And unless you pull this forward, it doesn't, in other words, the bad guy might try to pull it up. He's not going to get it out because of that strap.
Okay.
Okay.
So this strap is a form of retention.
Yeah, these are retention straps. It has a rocket forward. You rocket forward against this spring. Well, wherever it's here. This is spring. You rocket forward. And as far as reloading,
That's the spring right here?
yeah, this is spring right here. So you push that forward. And it rocks out, kind of like the automatic ones. In the beginning, there were no speed loaders. You had these. That was it. You take them out 2 at a time if you can do it. If you can master 2 at a time. This here, this is the rig that I carried when I worked. It's the exact grips, the exact speed loaders, the exact handcuff case, flashlight, nightstick, everything. This is a knife case. So I carry this. This is a spring clip holster. I was fortunate enough to acquire an evidence gun to carry as a service gun. And it was exactly like this. It might have been earlier. This is a 1909. I think maybe I had a 1905. These are the grips I carried on my guns. I had a 5-inch. So it always stuck out of the holster because I never got a 5-inch holster. So it always stuck out and I didn't care. The grips are the grips that I use when I worked. I can tell by the rust because you're working, as you're a cop, you work in the rain all weather. So that I never cleaned the screw. So that's what I carried, and it kept me alive, and I felt well armed. And this was my backup gun right here. It's a Model 66 Smith & Wesson, Magna ported. I cut the hammer. I want to call that a backlash adjustment on the back of the trigger, which stops the trigger as the hammer falls. So there's no rearward movement of the trigger after it releases.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You can see the Magna porting here. The vents in the top of the barrel. They claim it does an awful lot, but what it does do is it keeps the muzzle down and allows you to recover the sight slightly faster. So whatever else they claim, just for that reason alone, it's worth it. In the day, it was $75. I don't know what they are today to do.
Joe, yes. What's your buddy's name?
This one here this is the full size of this, so you can see them together. This is the full size. That's a service gun. I carried that occasionally. So that's kind of like before and after.
Before?
This is the K-frame. This is K-frame round butted with a 2.5 inch barrel.
R98 or something. That's what it's worth.
Beautiful. Okay.
There's another service type revolver. This is from approximately 1895, Colt. The grips are modern, but the gun is 1895. Okay. Again, there's a before and after moment here. This is before, and that's after. That's Fitz. This is Fitzgerald was a guy that worked for Colt. He was a New York State Trooper and a firearms instructor, and he didn't like the off-duty guns or what was available. So he modified Colts to this configuration, which eventually became the Detective Special. They took a D-frame police positive and gave it a 2-inch barrel. That was the Detective Special. This was the primogeniture of that. The barrel's been cut, the hammer's been cut, the trigger guard has been cut. The wisdom of that, safety-wise today, lawsuit-wise, probably not so good. But you can work with gloves, and you get to the trigger faster. That was the idea.
Very nice.
That's it. And these are various holsters, and these are the speed loading pouches. Well, you see them from here.
Now, going back to your duty rig, how many rounds did you carry?
3 times 6. Well, that was it.
36.
Yeah. And what's in the gun and your backup gun. So I never felt badly armed, even though the bad guys could carry whatever they wanted.
You guys got everything? You need a hand?
I never felt bad.
We're good. Thanks, man.
And you got to learn to work with them.
Yeah.
You know, this is a very good tool. It's a bread and butter Model 10. Well, it's pre-Model 10. It's actually 1909. But this will keep you alive. It works pretty good, simple. The only way you can get a jam with it is if you got reloads with high primers. Other than that, they work pretty much. Kept me alive one just like this, and I didn't feel bad. As far as the flashlight goes,
Yeah,
in the
talk
old
about the
days,
flashlight.
They didn't have. Well, this has an LED now, but they didn't have them then. They had what they called. I don't forget what it was. A special bulb. Okay, and so this is a B-light tube. This is an old Kel light design. This is Kel light from the late 60s, early 70s. The big cap with the extra bulb was an option. The switch is a B-light tube. That was an option. The rubber was an option. This reflector was an option. So this was the best thing you could have as a policeman in those days. And you didn't need to carry a blackjack because you used 4 D-cell batteries. And if you didn't want them heavy, you carried the light rechargeable ones. And if you wanted them heavy, you carried the 1.5 Goulds. And they were like lead. That's
Very
it.
nice.
The stick is the stick is not a light piece of polycarbonate plastic. This is a Coca-Cola wood stick. You will not have a Rodney King incident with a stick like this because when you whip somebody with a light stick, it doesn't do the same job as this.
Is it weighted?
No, that's the weight of the wood.
Yeah.
It feels weighted because it's a heavy wood.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, it's a heavy wood. They make a nice sound too. I don't know if I can make the sound. Yeah, there you go. Here's the sound. This is the sound. It's like a musical instrument. Actually, I think they make musical instruments out of these. The xylophones, I think, are made of hardwood. In any case, that's when you get it.
Take them home and throw them in the fireplace.
You know you did good. When you hear that sound, you were right.
303 Savage?
And that's it, pretty much. Just the cuffs I used Smith & Wesson.
They're
I bought stainless in the beginning because with all the disease and stuff, you could always boil them or wash them out. You know what I mean? These are stainless. Bought them early on. They lasted me. Hey, I'm retired. They lasted the whole time. So that's it.
Very good.
Speed loaders kind of look like, well, they're none in there, but they're going to look like these. They're going to look like that.
Okay.
You carry a few because time goes fast when you're having fun.
Yeah.
So that's it, pretty much.
Very good. Thank you, Ozzy. Thanks for
Well,
watching.
it's,